guys, welcome back to Unhinged but Healthy. I really hope this frame on the video is okay. I don't know what it is with my tripod, like it's just kind of like spooked. It's kind of like wonky, and then I'm like, if I don't say anything, will people not notice, or like, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, today we are actually going to be talking about how I transformed my relationship with food and exercise. So from kind of like negative relationship to a positive relationship with it. So trigger warning if you struggle with your eating or exercise. I probably will be talking about topics that could trigger you, you know. I probably will be talking about eating disorders or things that resemble an eating disorder, so just keep that in mind. And if this isn't the video for you, please go and check out one of my others. And before I get into this video, I would be grateful if you are watching on YouTube, if you could like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment if it's nice. And if you are listening, maybe follow my podcast and leave a rating if you would be so kind. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. To be honest, I'm not really in a TikTok era right now, I'm more so on Instagram. Sorry, my dogs will be walking around throughout this video. But I will leave those in the description box below. So anyways, let's get into this. So from a very young age, I fear I had too much food freedom when I was younger. I was literally allowed anything I wanted, so I would eat anything I wanted, as you would as a child. However, I would also get shamed for eating those things. I would get made to, you know, go on the cross trainer we had at home, you know, bearing in mind, like, this food was willingly being given to me. Like, I wasn't begging for this food. Like, this food was willingly being given to me, and then I would literally be forced to work it off. I would be forced to go on the cross trainer, I would be forced to go on walks, I would be forced to do sit-ups in the living room, like literally to burn off this food that I had willingly been given. And looking back, that's not okay. Like, just don't give me the food. Like, literally just don't give me the food, you know? But yeah, anyways, so I've always had quite a tough relationship with food and exercise. I've always looked at exercise as sort of a means to an end. So like, you eat, and then that means you have to exercise, and then you get to stay looking good, you know? And that's just not how it is. So yeah, we're gonna talk about how I used to look at food and exercise. So up until very recently, exercise was a punishment for me. And when I get triggered, especially, so when I was in a very dark place in like November, December, January time, like, exercise, I was literally wearing myself out because I was exercising so much. Because like, this is one of the first times ever, and I've mentioned this before, that I've actually eaten my feelings. Like, I was feeling so bad that I turned to food to make me feel better, whereas I usually go the opposite way. But yeah, I turned to food, and then I would exercise. I kept hurting myself, I kept burning myself out. I wasn't really seeing any results because I was literally just not doing it with the right intentions. So, you know, I not only with the gym, with me, like, if I have things going on in my life, the gym is kind of like a release for me. The gym is like my safe space. Like, the gym is somewhere where I can release those heavy emotions. Same with like a fitness class. Like, I'm so there in the moment, like focusing on the way I'm feeling. Like, am I doing this exercise right? Can I feel it in the right place? Like, is my breath right? Like, you know, like, or focusing on a class, like, what are we doing now? Like, is my breath right? You know, like, all of that kind of stuff. Like, it's kind of like an escape for me. So the worse I'm feeling, the more I want to be at the gym, to be honest. And it's not an unhealthy outlet, but it's also not great in a circumstance like that. So not only was the gym kind of like my release for like my emotions and stuff like that, like it was also because I turned to food this time, I was also having to work off that food in like, so that in my head I thought I deserved the food, you know. So yeah, there was that. I also used to feel like, before I got into like personal training and fitness classes and stuff like that, I genuinely used to think that like the lower calories and as little food on your plate was like the best thing. Like in uni when I was trying to lose weight, like I would have the most like carby, like, because I was vegetarian as well, like no hate to veggies, like, but you would know it's really hard to get protein in. And before I understood like protein and all of this kind of stuff, and I understand it now because of the nature of the job that I'm in. I'm not saying that you have to understand stuff like this, you don't. You know, like hitting a protein goal and stuff like that isn't for everyone, and that's completely fine, you know. But yeah, so like it's very hard to get protein in as a vegetarian, so I would literally have like the most carby, like sort of like pastry or something on my plate, and then I'd have like a sliver of like mashed potato, and then I'd have like some broccoli, and like I thought that that was like a healthy meal. Like I wasn't actually looking at anything that any of it contained, and like I would eat that and I would feel like sluggish and I would feel tired, and like no wonder, like I'm not eating like whole foods or like natural foods. Like I'm trying to eat as little as possible. Like a small plate doesn't mean low calorie for starters, you know. Or like I would use my Fitness Pal, and that would never be great. That would never be great. I remember before being like, oh, I was so skinny at this age. Like I went back on my Fitness Pal to see what I was eating. Half a banana a day. That is what did me. Half a banana a day. Don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, so I would try and eat as little as possible, or I would try and eat like high protein, but then because I was vegetarian, I was eating like all these like, what's the word, processed things, because I was just getting like, you know, like protein rice pudding, protein yogurt, like protein microwave meal, like protein shakes. Like that wasn't good for me either, you know. I just kind of went from one end of the spectrum to the other. I wouldn't let myself have any treats, or there was a time where I'd let myself have too many, because I'd be like, I'm going to the gym, so like it's completely fine for me to like eat all these treats. And if you don't have goals, like yeah, that is completely fine. But you know, if you do have goals, like I have had in the past, like having a treat like all the time isn't always the best thing, you know. But it was just like I wouldn't let myself have any treats, or I would just go way overboard and indulge, you know. Like there was kind of no in between. Like there was kind of this like all or nothing mindset. But then when I wasn't letting myself have it, that's when I would kind of go into those binge phases, instead of like, if I let myself have a little bit of something every day, I probably wouldn't have ever gone into those binge phases. But I thought like if I had a treat, like I wouldn't look good. And the minute that I would eat something that was bad for me, if you're listening to the podcast, quotations on bad, like there isn't good or bad foods, there's just foods that are better for you and foods that are not so good for you. But you can eat those foods that are not so good for you in moderation. Like it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad for you, you know. But yeah, anyways, so the minute I would eat something that was considered bad, I would feel so guilty, and I wouldn't have the self-control to stop. Sorry, my dog is literally walking around and he's not stopping. He ain't stopping for no one. Yeah, and I would feel really guilty, and I would feel so guilty about that for like the rest of the week, to the point where like I wouldn't want to eat. I would overcompensate for it on other days. Like I would just literally for the rest of the week feel like I looked hideous. And like I would feel as if I was like feeling the fat growing on me, and like, yeah, and it just wasn't a healthy place to be. And then I wasn't enjoying the exercise that I was doing, because I was kind of just like, this is a means to an end. Like, if I want to look a certain way, I have to do this, you know? And then you're just sort of like looking at it like like, this is just life. Like, I eat and then I have to come here and I have to get this done, otherwise I look like a fucking fat hippo, you know? And like, that's just not a nice place to be. Like, or if I went over my calories, or like if somebody like offered me a treat, I would be like, I literally can't have it. Like this week actually, I went into work and I'd already eaten my treat for the day, and one of the people I work with was like, oh, have a cookie. And I was like, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I will have a cookie. Like, one cookie isn't actually gonna harm anything, and it's like, I'm not doing it all the time. Like, it's okay for me to have like a pastry and a cookie in one day when I don't do that all the time, you know? And again, yes, if you do have goals, it can hinder them like the tiniest bit, but like, also like, somebody's been kind enough to offer me that, you know? Hey girl, my dog's just come to join us. Hey girl, she's not gonna leave me alone now. Yeah, so like things like that, like you shouldn't, I feel like when you get to a point where like if you genuinely don't want it, then fine. Or like if you're like prepping for like a competition or something, fine, like okay, fair enough. But like, if you're like saying no to that because you're gonna go home later and cry about it, like that's when you kind of know that your mindset surrounding this hey girl, you know, your mindset surrounding like this area of your life kind of needs some work. But yeah, so that was kind of a bit of growth there. But is it raining? It was literally so sunny just now. Yeah, so she's gonna lie down, and she's not gonna pull me. Hopefully this will be nice and peaceful. Yeah, so anyways, my body type is against me. This is another belief I used to have. Like, I used to think like I have quite wide hips, I have quite a wide shoulders, broad shoulders, you know, like I have always been wider set than a lot of girls. So when I don't exercise and I kind of just eat what I want, I tend to be on the bigger side, you know? And that is initially why I started with the gym and stuff. Like, yes, it did get me through a hard time, but initially, like, I was very unhappy with the way I looked. And when I started, I didn't really change my diet at all. So I kind of like got that, like, the beginner gains as everyone does. And then like after that, it kind of just like stopped, because I'd carried on eating the way I had. And like, obviously, like, you exercise because it's good for your body. Like, not everyone is after physique goals, but I was. And I didn't understand about like protein and like how much you should be eating and like calorie deficits. I did understand calorie deficits, but I was majorly off. Like, I would eat like 1,200 calories a day and like think that was good for me. Like, that's not good for me. But yeah, so I just kind of came to the conclusion, like, it's my body type. Like, I'm never gonna have 11 lines, and I'm never gonna have a flat tummy, and I'm never gonna have a big bum, like, just because that's not me. Like, I'm always gonna have like chubby arms, and like, you know, it's just my body type, you know. And I feel like once you scratch that as well, like, because you can look how you want to look. Like, yes, obviously you have a shape, and if you don't like that, then that is very unfortunate, and it's something you can't really do anything about. But you can make yourself look a certain way. Like, you can make yourself look toned, and you can do those things. Like, yes, it takes a minute to get there, but having the mindset of like, it's just my body type, like, there's nothing I can do about it, like, that will have you in a not very nice place. I would also get wound up about my progress. Like I would want, say now, like when I was going through that hard time and I did turn to food, like I don't know how much weight I put on. I stopped weighing myself because I literally had like a massive crash out about it. I've literally got a video on my Snapchat memories of me like crying my eyes out about, like, because I used to, when I had a coach, I would measure myself everywhere I needed to once a week. I would take progress pictures once a week, and I would weigh myself 3 times a week to get an average in the mornings. And oh my god, since I've stopped doing that, I feel so much better about myself. Like, women's bodies fluctuate throughout the month, like that's completely fine. Like my waist is 2 centimeters bigger today than it was last week, you know, but absolutely not. I wasn't having it. I literally wasn't having it. I would get so upset. Like, girl, don't do that right now. Yeah, like I would get so upset, like, and I just had this massive like ultimate crash out about it. So yeah, I don't know how much weight I gained, but from that moment onwards I didn't measure myself anymore. I didn't take progress pictures, I didn't weigh myself, and to be honest, I don't think I need to either. I think my mental health is a lot better when I'm not doing those things. But yeah, so I would kind of be like, I need the results now, and that's why I would exercise so much. I would literally like overcompensate in exercise rather than just being patient, because when you are patient the results do actually come quite quickly. Girl, what are you doing? She's literally eating her foot. Sorry. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, like when you're patient, like the results do show up because you're not doing as much work as you think you need to, because when you're overloading your body, like it's gonna be too exhausted to actually really do anything, and it'll just start burning other things like like your muscle. But yeah, so I would also get really wound up about how my body looked whilst working out. And I would see, and again, I had to stop watching videos where girls were like doing workouts and stuff and they had like perfectly flat stomach and like no fat rolls were coming over their shorts. Like, that's just how I look when I exercise, okay? Like when I'm doing core, you best believe that my stomach is literally hanging over my shorts and there's nothing I can do about it. Like, unless I literally cut it off, there is nothing I can do about it. And that's just how my body is. And I've had to learn to accept that. And it was hard at first. And I literally couldn't look at myself in the mirror at the beginning of the year when I was working out and like seeing, like when I was doing a lunge, that like there was fat like spilling over my shorts. Like, that's normal. These are tight clothes. Like, it's okay. And like a lot of videos have helped me, like on Instagram Reels and like TikTok and stuff, like where girls have actually shown like their body in the gym lighting, like this is what I look like when I exercise, like this is what you don't see, like this is the angle you see when I post my videos, and like this is the angle that you don't see. And they do have cellulite, and it's just like, I remember for so long thinking that like, oh my god, like I have cellulite on my legs, like that's disgusting. Like loads of girls don't have that, like, or like thinking like I've got it on my stomach, or like when I sit down on a machine, like my, you know, I do come over my shorts or my leggings, and like thinking like in a fitness class, like does my instructor think when I post on Instagram like, oh, she doesn't look like that when she comes to my class? Like, I know they would never, like I'm an instructor, I would never think that. But like, oh, one of my dogs is coughing now. But yeah, and I would just get really upset about it. And I feel like the more I've accepted, like my body's healthy, I like how my body looks, I take care of my body, like this is just how it looks during exercise, and that's fine. Like there's actually nothing wrong with that. But yeah, anyways, last point of this section is comparing myself to others in the gym. And I find moving gyms help me here. I used to go to like a bodybuilding gym, and yeah, it didn't do bits for the mental, you know, like you're looking at people who are like training for competitions, you're looking at people who are on steroids, you're looking at people who are like on like fat loss supplements, like you're looking at people who are training professionally, like people who have been doing this for years, people who literally their diet is like chicken and rice, yogurt, like cream of rice, you know, like these are the people I'm comparing myself to, you know, like these people that literally like deprive themselves of anything fun for weeks at a time just to look a certain way, you know, and that's completely fine if that's their life choice. It's just not mine. And like when I'm comparing myself to these people, I'm just thinking like I can't, like our lives are so completely different, but at the time I didn't understand that, you know. And yeah, so moving gyms really helped me there. Like I go to like an all-female gym now, and it's just nice because people are just there to move their bodies, and it's just so nice to see natural bodies. Like these people are doing everything that they need to, again air quotes, you know, you don't need to do anything you don't want to do, but they're doing everything to take care of their bodies, you know, like they're coming to these classes, they're going to the gym, like they're moving their body in a way that works for them. And it's just like I'm literally getting so ahead of myself here, lol. This is literally what I'm meant to be talking about in the next section, but yeah, it really helped me just stop comparing myself to other people in the gym when I realized like I don't know their lifestyle, like I don't know the extremes they go to or don't go to, you know. But anyways, now we're going to talk about the ways in which I switched my mindset, and this is something that I really had to work on. Like I feel like I had quite an awakening at the beginning of the year. Like I did have quite an awakening, like ways in which I needed to kind of like heal my relationship with food. Like I didn't want to feel that way anymore. Like I have a lot more control now over the things I eat, and I have a lot more freedom over the things I eat because I know I can control myself, because I know how I feel when I lose control of my eating and stuff like that. Like I remember at Christmas time, like one day, like I'd just been eating Christmas shit all day, and then I had like the Marks and Spencer like Very Merry Munch or something, and I'd eaten like half the tin of that, and then my friend was like, do you go to KFC? And I was like, yeah, like why not? And I just remember like how I felt in those moments. And yes, it's fine to indulge like once in a while, but sorry, she's being annoying. Yeah, but like it's fine to indulge once in a while, but like I was doing that for like two months thinking, and then like really overcompensating for like another like 2 months, like really thinking that like it would make me feel better temporarily and then I would feel worse either mentally or physically after. But yeah, so anyway, these are mindset switches that I've made in the last few months, and it's been difficult, but they've helped me immensely and I feel a lot better for it. So exercise and movement are a release for my body, something that makes me feel good. And this is something that switched me from weight training all the time. So if you've been watching this for or listening for a while, like I have mentioned a few times that I go to a bar class once a week. I've started doing reformer Pilates, and I do a hot Pilates class or a normal Pilates class. And that is something I wouldn't have done before, because I thought the only way to keep my the only way to keep my physique and like the muscles that I'd built was to do this heavy weight training. But I was so like bloated and stuff all the time because my body was just under stress from like heavy weight training 5 times a week. So when I started like doing these like slower classes where I actually built like a lot of core strength and I actually built a lot of stability, not only did it help with my weight training, it also made me realize like movement is medicine. Like I just love like the slowness and stuff of Pilates. Like I love being able to connect with my body like that and wanting to connect with my body like that. Like yes, I enjoy weight training, but it's hard sometimes, and you don't want to do that. Like, I've never gone to a bar class or a Pilates class and thought like, I don't want to do this today. Like, I know once I get there, I'm going to enjoy it, and it's going to be exactly what I need. And it definitely helped me like get rid of that belief of like, if I want to look however I want to look, like I have to do weight training, heavy weight training. Like, no, I don't. And like, I actually have seen a lot more results since I've started doing these like slower movement classes and like focusing on a muscle and like body weight and like really lightweight exercises. But yeah, so it makes me feel good, you know. So even if I don't want to do a class, or if I don't want to do a session or cardio, like I know I'm gonna feel better afterwards, like, and that's just a given. And then unless I'm literally like exhausted, headache, like can't do anything, like I will go, because I know afterwards I'm gonna be on such a high, and it will be a prolonged high, like it won't be a short high, you know. It makes me feel and look stronger. It was never about being skinny. And I feel like this is where this whole journey started for me. Like, my whole life, I just wanted to be skinny. And whenever I was skinny, I was barely eating. Like, or I was eating like salads. Like, and that's it, you know? But yeah. So, and I like the way it makes me look, you know? And it's not even, sorry, somebody, I keep forgetting to turn my phone on silent these days when I record these. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, it was never about being skinny. And like, even though that's where this journey like kind of started for me, yeah, I was saying, you heard what I said. Yeah, and it's like, I enjoy the way it makes me look, and it's kind of like less about a physique goal now. Like, it's more of a lifestyle for me, because I've stopped chasing this image. I've stopped chasing this image of skinny and toned, and like, I've just kind of accepted my body for what it is. And like, and I like my body for the way it is. And that's the first time I've actually been able to say that in like literal years, like probably forever. Like, I like the way I look, therefore when I sit down and my stomach goes over my trousers or my skirt a bit, it's okay. I know I'm not fat. Like, that's fine. That's my body. Like, that's okay. Like, someone takes a picture of me and my arm is a bit, you know, that's fine. Like, that's just one moment. Like, it's literally fine. Like, I love my body. I love how strong it is. I love the things that it can do, you know. But yeah, so it was never about being skinny. It was just about finding the right balance of things and what I enjoy, and making a lifestyle out of it. I look as good as I feel. The important part is looking after myself. And this is so true. Like, I always look as good as I feel, you know. Like, I the other day went out for brunch with my friend, and we had these pancakes. The rest of the week I was literally KO'd. Like, I felt like shit. Like, I felt like such shit, and I was so bloated, and my stomach was hurting. And yeah, it was not the vibe. And it's hard, because I do enjoy food like that, but when I eat it now, it's a nice, like, not even a one-off, because I have it quite often. Like, it's nice, but it does literally kill my stomach these days, because I've actually started taking care of my gut health and stuff like that. But yeah, like, it's always like, that's the way I think of it. Like, I look as good as I feel, and I want to feel good. And when I feel good, I look good, you know? It's just about looking after yourself. And when you look after yourself, you will reap the benefits of that. You need enough food to fuel your body's mechanisms, let alone exercise you're doing on top of that. So what I didn't used to know is that you needed to eat enough for your body to just carry out everything that it needs to do. And if you aren't doing that, it will take energy from other sources. So it will eat away at your muscle, it will eat your fat away, like, you know, it will start taking like your bones, you know. And that's not good. That isn't good. So there was me eating like 1,200 calories a day, obviously losing weight, but like feeling like shit because my body didn't have enough in it to actually carry out the process of the things that it needed to do. But yes, so especially if you're exercising on top of what you're already doing, like, you do need to eat more, you know, like, yes, you can be in a calorie deficit, but like compared to what most women eat these days, like a calorie deficit is probably a lot of calories for them. Like for me, a calorie deficit is like 1,800 calories, and compared to what I used to eat, like that's quite a lot, you know. But yes, like, you need to fuel your body and you need to look at food as fuel. Like, it's not a chore. Like, this is giving you life. Like, please have it, you know. Protein and fiber, so that is what I focus on. I focus on calories only because I have goals in the gym, otherwise they can just go out the window, you know. If it triggers you, don't focus on it too much. And a tip I will give you, if calories trigger you, if you want to set an amount of calories, a healthy amount of calories for yourself, you can go on like a calculator online, but set it. In my notes, I write the amount of calories I'm eating. I plan out my meals, make sure I'm getting my protein in. Again, I have goals in the gym, so I do hit 150 grams of protein a day because of how much I weigh. Otherwise I would say getting in at least 100 a day is fine, you know. But again, this is my opinion, it doesn't matter if you don't care. And then I plan that out on a Sunday, so then the rest of the week I don't have to count, I can just make my meal, and it's fine. Like, I don't have to be reading everything all the time, I just work it all out at the beginning of the week, and then yeah, I don't have to worry too much about it. But yeah, so protein and fiber are the things that I focus on for my goals. So high protein and high fiber to keep me nice and not bloated, basically. So whole foods, what I mean by whole foods is just natural foods, like, you know, just like an 80-20 thing going on. You can do a 70-30, you can do whatever you like, you know, it's not my business, but I will always have a sweet treat in the day. And I will always have a protein yogurt. So that's kind of like my 20. And then the rest of it is like, you know, like Greek yogurt, like fruit, salads, chicken, beef, like, you know, cheese. Is that whole food? Probably not. Maybe that's my 20 as well. Maybe I'm a 70-30 gal, I don't know. But yeah, so that's the way I look at it. Like, it doesn't have to be 100% either way. Like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It can just be 80-20. But yeah, treats are healthy as long as you eat them in moderation. And again, that can be 80-20 every day. You can have a treat every day. That's completely fine. Just don't be eating treats all day, every day, you know? If not, if you want to feel good. Anyways, life is to be lived as well. What is it if you don't enjoy your food and movement? And this is so true. Like, my life has always been miserable when I'm focusing too much on the gym and on what I'm eating. These days, I just eat what I crave, but I will just make it tailored to me. You know, I will just tailor it to my micro macros. Like, I will just tailor it to me. And some people don't care, like, you know, and that's great. You know, I wish I could be like that, and I am getting that, but it's just, again, because I have goals, I just tailor it to what I need to. But I still have everything I want. Like, if I fancy pizza, I'll have pizza. I will often have like 1 or 2 days a week where like I'll have a treat, you know, or like I'll go out for food. But yeah, like, life is to be lived and I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be sat there when I'm out for food with my friends or my family thinking like, God, I have to compensate for this tomorrow. Like, no, I don't. Like, this is an experience. This is something I'm meant to enjoy. This is something that makes life worth living. Like, please just enjoy it. And it's like, it's the same for like the gym. Like, I know the gym isn't enjoyable, but any exercises I didn't really enjoy, I kind of just cut out. Like, I'm like with classes, like, yeah, okay, I don't love them when I'm doing them, but it's what I enjoy. Like, I enjoy Pilates, I enjoy bar, you wouldn't really catch me in a body sculpt class, and you wouldn't catch me in a HIIT class, because I don't want to be there. I'm not going to do things that I don't enjoy. I don't need to, you know. And I'm also not going to spend an hour on cardio machines. Half an hour, nice, slow, steady state cardio, that's me done. You know, it's done. And that's what makes me feel good. And you need to enjoy these things, or it's not going to be a lifestyle and it's not going to be fun for you. Your body type can be what you want it to be, and this isn't me saying that like you can change your body type or whatever. Like, obviously you can't, but if you like, just let go of that belief of like, I'm never gonna look the way I want. One day, once you stop chasing that perfect body that you've got in your head, and you just accept your body for how it looks, accept your body for what it is, like, you know, be grateful for everything that it's done for you, all the things that it does do for you, you know, how strong it is, like all the things it can do, as I've said a million times now. Yeah, like it can be what you want it to be. Like, I never thought I could ever be toned. Oh, I'm so sorry, my dog is literally annoying me so much. I love him so much, but please stop walking around, please. Come on, have we got the two? Come on. Come on. Maybe not. But yeah, like, I thought I could never be toned. Like, I thought I'd never have a flat tummy or a big bum. And I do, you know, I do now. Like, and that's because of all the hard work that I've put in, and I've let go of the beliefs of like, I'm never gonna have that because it's just not what I am. Like, if you put in the work, you can have those things. It's natural for my body to look the way it does whilst I'm training. I'm not perfect, and neither is anyone else. And this is something that I really had to drill into my mind. Like, you know, sometimes like there's personal trainers in the gym and I'm training core and I'm like, oh, they're definitely looking at me right now thinking like, what fat bitch. But I'm not perfect. Neither are you. Like, neither are you. Like, if anyone is thinking those things, then they have a lot of work to do on themselves, because how can you expect other people to be perfect whilst they're training when you know that you probably aren't either? And if you are, then lucky you. But it's like, these things are natural, everyone has them. And this is like a trick that I use. Like, when I feel embarrassed about something, I just think this happens to other people as well. Like, it's completely not embarrassing. Like, it's completely normal. Like, you're fine. Like, it's okay. And it's okay. Like, my body is exercising right now. Like, it's doing what it needs to do. Like, it doesn't need to look perfect. I just kind of need to get through it, you know. You don't need to compare yourself to others, and I feel like I touched on this quite a lot in my last point. Not my last point, the last point of the last section, what I was going to say in this section, I mostly said it there. But you don't need to compare yourself to others. You don't know their lifestyle, you don't know why they're going to the gym. Like, you don't have the same genetics, like, and genetics does play a big part in it. Like, yes, like some people will hold more fat than others, and some people are blessed with a certain body type that other people aren't, and you know, and that's just what it is. But there's no point being jealous of what you don't have or what you don't have yet. You don't know how long these people have been going to the gym. Like, you know, you somebody that doesn't have the same lifestyle as you, and you're never going to know if they do, you know. So what is the point in comparing yourself to somebody who isn't you? And that is what I always think to myself. But yes, so that is how I have changed my mindset to have a healthy relationship with food and exercise. Took a minute to get here, but we're here and we love it and we're thriving. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and I do hope this helped. And I know it's so hard and it can be super triggering, but I promise you, once you get there, you will be there, and you will be a lot stronger mentally, and it will be very hard to fall back into the place that you were before. So yes, lots of love. Bye guys, thank you for watching or listening.